Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Charlottesville, home of the Virginia Cavaliers. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Florida State Seminoles. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Virginia Cavaliers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Seminoles will boot it away to start the game. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Virginia Cavaliers offense will have the football first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
They should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for
And the quarterback caught up two and sacked at the 12.
This offense already in the black zone, a little bit backed up. How do they want to respond? They come out to throw the football, be aggressive, and this defense was ready, and they got pressure on the quarterback and got a sack on the very first snap.
And the Cavaliers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on second down. Fires to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Florida State. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick six.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back looking for help. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. He'll do it himself. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll leave it with him. Slithers into space. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. That is a serendipitous turn of events. With the fumble going out of bounds, they'll maintain possession. The Cavaliers come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Fires on the run. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. And the Cavaliers will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. The Seminoles offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
The Noles can really attack on this 2nd and short. The pitch to the left. Creates a little space. Crosses the 45. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this, this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big...
Going for it all. Touchdown, Seminoles. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Back to pass on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Soto. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. On target to the left. And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26. Here comes the offense on first down. Handoff to the lone back. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Really nice penetration by this defense, getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Looking to fire. Quickly complete. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The Cavaliers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Amatola. There he goes! Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so he can go get the first down.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down. And the Cavaliers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Now adjusting. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Hits the open man. There he goes. The inside, and he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Noles. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in the Big Ten, and a game I think a lot of folks will want to see. Purdue delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the Big Ten. Trust me when I say the party is on in West Lafayette. Really unexpected outcome in this intriguing Big Ten matchup, and the type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Finding an escape route. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Cavaliers headed quickly to the line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Breaks into the open. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. He gets it into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 48.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Red pass, it's complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. Here's a heat. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
It's always so hard for offensive coordinators to adjust their game plan. When you lose your starting quarterback, now you got your backup in. A lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run them that much, or you don't feel comfortable with the whole playbook. And you can see it there, and you can see the cautiousness, the hesitation led to a sack.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll give it to the back. Plows through the defense.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
The give to the tailback. Across the 30, out to the 33, and gains 4 on the play.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. It's caught. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Listen, at this point, at the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that third. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Gray. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside, defense.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
He wants to throw it. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it 28-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continuing, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
They'll go to the ground. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Cavaliers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. Turning it on! They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Give to the back. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Cavaliers in the hurry-up. Scanning the field, it's Jordan. Trying to beat the D deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Trying to take it back. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They're working that left side. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Throws for the tight end. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. This is a hard game and a hard position to play. But if you're the starter at this level, you cannot miss that throw.
No, you can't. And they don't miss that very often. I mean, those are the throws that usually say big plays on. Receiver gets a step, gets open. That's not one that they usually miss.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. They'll immediately call timeout. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. And the try is no good. And they missed a field goal, so something has gone wrong today. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Charlottesville.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Oh, he's got some space. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Looking deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown Seminoles. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. And this dude is spinning flaming spears everywhere, and he is cutting apart this defense.
We're going to have Noel Nation doing the chop, getting excited, getting jacked up about this guy, because this is the kind of day that starts to bring even more momentum to this spot. Now you got a quarterback that you can really trust.
Bringing it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. To the ground with the back. Good pickup on the ground there. Give him 5 to the 16-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a gap. It's Amatova. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They're facing a third down. The corners are walked up tight. The give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Cavaliers will punt it away on fourth down. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Quick release on the RPO. Across the 25, he's got room. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They're going to run it to the right. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Touchdown, Noles! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. If these guys wanted to make a statement, the statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop them. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
42, Virginia, 0.
Out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Gives it on the option. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got enough for the first. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. First down here for the offense. Leaves it with the back. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
They've got the screen set up. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They want to run it left here. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find...
There he goes. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Used the play fake, now to throw. Caught over the middle, it's Frost. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Finds his target down the middle. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Florida State. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, we should have ran a better route.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Cavaliers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt and look for room. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Finds his man. It's Cross. Crosses the 30. He's got away. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
I tell you, I love the mentality by this offense right now. They've got a pretty big lead. They're still being aggressive, taking shots, and they're finding the matchups they like. And, man, they're taking advantage right now.
Myers on the move. Touchdown Seminoles. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Line is set on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Jordan. Got his man. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys...
Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. He's up to 113 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. He's looking to pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Noles!
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
63, Virginia, 0.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Offense working from the pistol. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Jordan. Bringing the heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. They'll run the option. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
This quarterback has just been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Great job with his decision-making. He's now got over 350 passing yards.
He's got it on the run. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Rush is on him. Grabbed over the middle. It's Frost. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all.
Virginia, 0.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Woods. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Back to pass, it's Jordan. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Here's a throw downfield late. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. And after this play, the cake will be baked. On third down, he drops to throw. He wants a big play here late. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.